We're going to look to the skies now and the exciting opportunities for WA school kids to enter the space industry.
Space is here, it's happening now, it's happening in Australia, but more importantly, it's happening here in Western Australia. And there's many people today that are here working in the space industry.
In our space is the program developing concepts and technologies that hopefully are going to allow us to fly a moon mission, lunar orbiter, in 3 or 4 years' time. You know, I think WA is really becoming, our niche is in remote operations that we can do, drawing on kind of mine site, remote mine sites, and then all the exploration stuff that we're doing. So I think that's kind of our niche now. With
this latest Trailblazer mission, the lunar rover, this is going to aspire the future generation of students going into STEM, because they're going to need researchers, innovators, tradespeople. It's not just about astronauts anymore.
Joseph Banks Secondary College was selected to be the WA Space Science Education Centre, and we were lucky enough to have some funding allocated by the state government. Where we're sitting right now is in a place that will be a simulated Mars surface. At the moment we're sitting on the concrete, but this will be eventually filled with about 5 tonne of rock and dirt and sand that we are hoping to get from the Pilbara region. That will be covered by a dome so that students will come through an airlock in a spacesuit, and they'll be able to do experiments on the surface. We'll also have mission control upstairs, so when they're in their suit, they'll have their radio attached to somebody upstairs who's talking to them while they're on the surface of Mars.
I'm actually very excited to finally go and explore.
Majority of my classes are going to go there, so I'll be going in there majority every day, I guess.
I think it's looking really nice right now. It's massive. It's like an extra wow feature to the school, and yeah, it's really cool.
It makes me feel proud that this is something that our school, the school that I went to got, and then I can tell my kids, my school was the first one to have this one-of-a-kind space centre.
I think for us, the momentum that will be built with the Space Centre opening will just, build on what has already occurred. We have a large number of technology, science, maths electives that our students can select, and they can do that right from Year 7 all the way through to Year 12, working with our TAFE partners, working with universities, and then also working with mentors from industry.
I'm in like a war between IT and business. So I want something in the future which connects both of them.
I want to do something medical, but also somewhere in between IT, because the tech, it's in the future, so I want to find like a sort of middle spot.
Take it back to 5 to 10 years ago, that was me. I never thought I could be in the space industry in Western Australia, but through what I've learned over this journey, we absolutely have a role to play, and later on this year we'll be supporting a lunar landing operation from right here in Western Australia. If we look now at some of the commercial programs we're seeing out there, they need the full spectrum of capability. Absolutely they need the scientists and engineers, but they absolutely need technicians, welders, people who understand 3D printing and manufacturing. If we translate the work that we do, we deploy people who operate robotics in the subsea environment. We need people who can operate robotics on the moon and in space, for example. So there's a full spectrum of roles in space. In fact, you can probably think of any role you want to do in another sector and there'll be a role for you in the space industry.
There's almost nothing that we do kind of in our modern lives that doesn't depend on space in some way.
Space is where lots of our innovations come from. So when you think about the camera in your mobile phone, wireless headsets, Nike running shoes, all of that innovation has come out of investments in space. Solar panels. So solar panels were developed and then they were tested in space by NASA. So that's how we have our renewable energy today. So space is It provides a lot of innovation, but also when you look at the economy, for every dollar that you spend on space, it's a dollar here spent on Earth.
No doubt some incredible opportunities for the future there as the expertise of our mining sector inspires our space industry here in WA. If you'd like to know more, get along to the Resources Technology Showcase at the Perth Convention and Exhibition Centre from this afternoon. More details there on your screen.